Yes, Prof.
Okay.
Yes.
So now today we will study these three stems, Piel, Pual, and Hithpael. The specific feature of these three stems is that they have dagesh forte in the second radical or second consonant of the root. And now I will try to understand you the meaning of those stems, but especially when we speak about PL, it is not easy because scholars do not have agreement about the meaning of the stem PL. It is much easier with Pual and Hithpael, but with PL, the meaning of the stem is a little bit complicated. So what does it mean? So you know that some verbs could have forms in different stems. So the same verb can occur in Kal, in PL, in Pual, and Hithpael, and in some other stems as well. So in this case, there is a question. So what is the difference between meaning of the same word in one stem and in another stem? So when we speak about PL, the traditional explanation of the PL stem is that it has intensifying meaning. So the best example that you can find in many grammars is the verb shabar or shavar. When we use it in the Kal stem, shavar means to break down something. But in PL stem, shiber would mean to break into pieces, into like small pieces, to smash. So do you see the meaning is intensified? So if in Kal, it just means to break, in PL, it means to break into pieces. But this is not the only meaning of the stem. So, for example, Gesenius Hebrew grammar explains it like PL is some occupation when somebody is very busy or eagerly busy with the action indicated by the stem. So this is one of the explanation of PL stem. But also there are some other variations of the meaning. One of them is the accent on result. So, for example, if two verbs occur, or the same verb occurs in two different stems, so if it occurs in Kal, it just tells us about the action. But in PL, the meaning is, or the accent, the emphasis on the result of the action. And it is very easy to see on the example of the verb halach. Halach means to divide or to appoint, to distribute, to appoint something to somebody. And you can see the example one in Joshua 18 and in Joshua 18:2 and in Joshua 18:10. So the same verb occurs in two different stems. This one is in Kal and this one is in PL. And look at the difference. There remained among the people of Israel 7 tribes whose inheritance had not yet been apportioned. So it was not divided, the land was not divided yet for them. And the same verb in another example, and there Joshua apportioned the land to the people of Israel, to each his portion. So do you see, here it is already the emphasis on the result. It is not here in Kal example, but in PL, it is an evident emphasis on the result. Also, it could have a causative meaning. Next Monday, we will study causative binyanim. This is Gefil and Gofal. But PL sometimes also could have a causative meaning. So it tells us about the cause of the state. And most commonly, it is used with the stative verbs. We didn't talk about the stative verbs, but these are the verbs which describe the state of the state. So just one example is kaved, to be heavy. So it describes the state of somebody. So it is to be heavy, to be light, and something like this. So most often it occurs with the stative verbs. And let's look at the examples. So in kal, for example, you shall consecrate them that they may be most holy. Whatever touches them will become holy. This is emphasis on the state in kal. And in Piel, the same root, kadash, when it occurs in Piel, it will have emphasis on the action that led to this state of holiness. You shall consecrate them that they may be most holy. So do you see, this is the reason of them to be holy. And one more meaning, there are some more, but I just wanted to explain several of them. The most common is denominative. Denominative, it is just, it occurs in PL mostly when the verb derived from a noun. For example, we have a noun, priest, and kahan or kihan, it means to act as a priest. Or yavam, this is a Levirate, brother who should marry the wife. And verb from the same root is, the meaning is to perform a Levirate marriage. And berech, any, and barach or birech, to kneel down. So do you see, this is just when the verb derived from the noun. In this case, it has PL stem. It is in PL stem. Now let us see on the PL conjugation. So now we understand the meaning of PL, but now let us see how it is formed, or how we can do the PL. So we need to remember the name of the conjugation, PL. So it means that the vowels of this stem would be E, hirek, and E, tsere. And it's very easy. Tel. And remember that the second letter will always have dagesh forte. It will not have dagesh forte only in case if it is a guttural. But in all other cases, it is dagesh forte, and it is a distinctive characteristic of this stem. So tel. After that, in katal conjugation, we need to add just suffixes, katal suffixes, and everything actions the same as in kal. La, remember that this is dagesh forte, that is why it is doubled and shiva is pronounced. La, talta, talt, talti. So it means like he killed, she killed, you masculine killed, you feminine killed, and I killed. And the same is plural, kittelu, kittaltem, kittalten, kittalmu. So the formation is basic, so there is nothing problem how we can do the conjugation. If you know the basic conjugation, so we just remember the vowels, and the reduction of vowels take place when the vocal suffix is added. Like, for example, in this case, here we don't have any reduction, but tere is replaced by patah, and this is mostly the explanation of the conjugation. It's not very difficult. In yiktol, the characteristic of yiktol would be shiva. So it will always have shiva. Only in some cases it will not have, but this is also another characteristic of yiktol conjugation. Yekat tel. And after that, we just need to change the prefix and sometimes the suffix as well. And we will have the conjugation of Hithpael Pl. So I think it is nothing very difficult. But for you, just for practice, I would just recommend you to make one root and try to make a conjugation of this verb so that you can memorize how it is done. But it is not very difficult. So imperative is done in the same way as for the Kal conjugation. We need to take Hithpael, we need to remove the prefix, and we will have the imperative for this form. So kat tel would be the imperative. And the same for feminine imperative and for the plural masculine and feminine imperative. So nothing is very difficult here. Infinitive construct has the same form as imperative masculine singular, kat tel. Imperative and infinitive construct have the same form. The only thing that we need to remember that infinitive construct usually doesn't occur in the pure form. Usually it has either prefix or suffix, so that is why it will be much easier to distinguish them from imperative. Infinitive absolute has two forms, kat tol and kat tel, but I need to tell you that it doesn't occur very often, so it's very rare form, infinitive absolute. And participle, but participle, we need to understand how participle is done. One specific feature of the participle is prefix mem. So they take the Hithpael part, kat tel, and they just add prefix me to the Hithpael, change Hithpael conjugation with the prefix, and we will have the participles. And do you see, it's very good that they have this mem prefix for the participles, because in this case, it is a distinguished feature that will help us to identify the participles very easily. So if you see a verb with the mem in the beginning, so it is like 100% you can be sure that this is a participle. And this is the same way in three stems. For Pual, Piel, and Hithpael, the participles are formed in this way. And of course, we have a masculine singular participle, feminine singular participle, a masculine plural, and feminine plural. And remember that the participle could also have a construct state. So it could be it can function as almost as a noun. Yes, now the most common verbs in PL is diber, to speak. By the way, one more thing that I need to emphasize right now. Do you see some verbs have vowels and some verbs do not have vowels? So do you remember why it happens? If the verb is not attested in this form in the Hebrew Bible, in Kal, third masculine singular. So in this case, in the dictionary, they put the form without vowels, like this. So it tells us that this form in third masculine singular Kal, katal Kal, this form doesn't exist. And because it doesn't exist, they don't want to confuse you putting vowels kametz patach, because it never happens in the Bible. You can never find it in the Bible. So in order to avoid any kind of confusion, they do like this. There is no vowels. So diber, to speak. Barech, barech, to bless. Siva, to command. Shalach, it has two forms. This verb occurs in Kal, and this verb occurs in PL as well. So when it occurs in Kal, it just means to send. But when it occurs in PL, most usually it has a meaning to send away. So to send away. Sometimes the forms are interchangeable. The verb hillel, means to praise. The word hallelujah, hallelujah, comes from this root, and it's very easy to memorize it. Bikesh means to look for. Kala also occurs in the Kal stem and Pl stem. When it occurs in the Pl stem, it has an accent or emphasis on the result. So the result of the action is emphasized. Kise, to cover, to forgive, and Shirat, to minister. To minister. These are the most common verbs that occur in PL, but of course there are many others, and we will see them just a little bit later. So, do you have any questions about the PL conjugation? Okay, no. So we can go further. Now we will go to Pual. In Pual conjugation, it's very simple because Pual is a passive form of Piel. By the way, Pual and Gofal stems are the most rare stems, the rarest stem in the Hebrew Bible. So it doesn't occur very often, but sometimes it occurs, and we need to know it. The same is true about Pual. We need to remember the vowels Pual. So it has vowels kibbutz, patach, and because it is the same conjugation, deconjugation, it has dagesh forte in the second radical, in the second consonant of the root. And when we need to make a katal conjugation, we just need to add the suffixes, katal suffixes, and it is done the same way as in kal. And there is nothing problematic here. And yiktol, yekutal, do you see again we have here shiva, and shiva will tell us that this is either Pual or Piel stem, and this kibbutz will always tell us that this is Pual. So this kibbutz is a distinctive feature which can help us to identify this stem as Pual. Okay, and after that we just need to add the suffixes, and we have, in this case, we have this conjugation. Sorry, prefixes, in this case, prefixes. Imperative. There is no imperative in Pual. Why? Because it is a passive stem. It is a passive of PL. And because it is a passive, it is very difficult to say imperative in passive. That is why there is no imperative forms in Pual. And if you speak about infinitive, there are some cases, and scholars say that it is an example of infinitive construct or infinitive absolute, but all these cases are debated. So for us, it is better to assume that there is no form of infinitive construct or infinitive absolute in Pual. And participle is formed the same way as for PL. We just need to add mem prefix, and we will have a participle. And of course, the same verbs that occur in PL most often occur in Pual. And now Hithpael. Hithpael is a little bit different from other binyanim. So Hithpael, the meaning of Hithpael is a reflexive action. So the action that is addressed to the speaker, or the action that the speaker is doing upon himself. It's almost impossible to confuse Hithpael with any other stems. Why? Because it has a specific characteristic, the prefix hit, or in Yiktol it will be yit or tit. So we have the root katal, and to this root we just add this prefix hit katel, hit katella, hit katalta, hit katalt, hit katalti. and we will have just this conjugation of Hithpael. So there is nothing problematic when we speak about Hithpael. It is very distinctive, and it's very difficult to confuse it with any other stem. And the same is true for the Yictol. Here we have a prefix yit or tit, yit in the third masculine singular and plural, and tit in all other conjugation, and for the first person is at or nit in this case. Yes, and if you speak about the imperative, imperative is done by adding hit prefix to the conjugation, and imperative and third masculine katal would be the same. So do you see this form and this form are the same? So these forms are homonyms, and it means that just only context will tell us which form is implied here. And also, when we speak about infinitive, three forms are the same: infinitive construct, infinitive absolute, and imperative are the same. But infinitive construct and absolute doesn't occur very often. It's very, very rare cases. And the participle, again, do you see the distinctive feature is prefix mit, and it is almost impossible to confuse this one with any other. But there is one problem with Hithpael, and this problem is such phenomenon as metathesis. What is metathesis? For the sake of better sound of the verb, sometimes they change consonants, the order of consonants. For example, if the first radical or the first consonant of the verb is sibilant, or the whistling sound like sh, s, 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 so in this case they change the order of the letters, and the letter of the prefix and the first letter of the root are they change their order. For example, the root shamar, it would be hit shamer, it is supposed to be, but in because of this metathesis, it would be hish tamer, and it could be confusing. It's true, because you will not be able to understand that this is the root shamar. But if you know about this phenomenon, metathesis, so you just need to change the letters, and in this case you will have the correct meaning of the root shamar. So if the first radical is tzadeh, then in addition to metathesis, the assimilation takes place. The letter taf is transformed to tet. So hit tzadek, the form, and after that they change the consonants, his tzadek, and because these two sound the same, so they change it to taf. Do you see? It could be very, very confusing to understand that this is the root tzadak. But this phenomenon is not very often, just only few words do this. And the same is with if the first radical is taf, dalet, or tet, the letter taf of the prefix is assimilated. For example, tiddaber, and it will be just tedaber. So this is the most confusing case, because in this case it's you can just confuse it with other forms, but it is not doesn't occur very often. So do you have any questions about that? Okay, if you don't have questions, so we have one more short topic for today, and this is about the weak verbs. And you can already see the problem of these three stems, Piel, Pual, and Hithpael. one of the features is dagesh in the second radical or the second consonant of the root. But in this case, if the second letter is guttural or resh, it cannot take dagesh. So what happens in this case? The way how they do it is very similar how they do in other stems. So if dagesh is impossible to put in the second radical, something else should happen to the word, so it can indicate that this is the case. And most usually they have compensating lengthening of the vowel. So let us look at the root barach. So it should be rech, but resh cannot take dagesh. That is why dagesh from because it cannot take dagesh. The compensating lengthening of the first vowel takes place, and instead of hirek, we have here tzere, berech. Berech is to bless, or he blessed. The same happens in yiktol, but in this case, the length compensated lengthening happens with the vowel patach, and patach is lengthened to kametz. Ye va rech, ye va rech. Pay attention. In some cases, you can confuse this form with the nifal, because nifal also has kametz under the first radical. But what is the difference between Piel and nifal? Nifal has a dagesh forte in the first letter, but this word doesn't have a dagesh forte, and the vowel is different. Do you see this shiva is an indicator that this is either Piel or Pual or Hithpael, because all these three stems have the same prefix with the shiva. In Pual happens the same, but in this case, kibbutz is lengthened to cholem, and it will be borach, and the same happens in yiktol. In Hithpael, the same patach is lengthened to kametz. So now the verbs with the first yud. The verbs with the first yud, what is good, they do not change their forms very much. So they behave like strong verbs, and the first yud remains in the root. So ye, ya, resh. So do you see this is kametz because resh is guttural, and this is just the standard basic form. Sometimes in Hithpael the original vav can appear. So this
Graças a Deus.
Yes.
Foi difícil, porém o trabalho foi feito. A viagem a princípio estava prevista para podermos passar.
It seems to me he doesn't speak to us. Okay, so this is the root yada, to know, and this is just original vav appears here. And the hollow verbs. And the hollow verbs, we will not touch this topic in details. I just want to tell you that hollow verbs, the verbs that have the second radical is vav or yud. These verbs do not have Piel, Pual, and Hithpael forms, but instead they have another stems, Polel, Polal, and Hithpolel. And these stems have the same meaning as Piel, Pual, and Hithpael. So Polel is instead of Piel, Polal is instead of Pual, and Hithpolel is instead of Hithpael. And some examples how they do these forms, like do you see the root kum, to arise, to stand, to make it polel, so the second radical is geminated, so it is added again. it will be ko, mem, po, so this radical, the last radical of the root is geminated, and the second one just disappears, it just like a vowel. Ko, mem. If the root is mot, to die, so it would be mo, tet. So the last radical is geminated, added once again to the root. And yeah, this is actually basically everything that I would like to share with you about Piel, Pual, and Hithpael. So do you have any questions? If you have any questions, please ask, and we can just try to practice something.
Hello, Professor.
Yes, please.
Hello, Professor.
Yes.
Oh, hello, Professor.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Professor. I have some problems. Is possible translate for me? Can I say ictol? For example, ictol. Yeah, icto. Icto, Pual, no, icto and icto,
Okay.
singular,
I understand your problem. Let's try to translate everything,
yeah.
And we will see how it works.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor.
And after that, I see Pastor Posfor raised up the hand, and we will give you the opportunity to speak. Okay, this is the katal conjugation of PL. So the meaning is basically the same, sometimes intensified, but we need to check all the cases in the dictionary, because sometimes it could have a completely different meaning from the kal conjugation. So third masculine, may I ask somebody to translate this one, Kittel? Any volunteer? Okay, I will do it. He killed, yes. She killed. You killed. You feminine killed. I killed. The same is true for the plural. They killed. You masculine killed. You feminine killed, and we killed. So there is not a problem. Yes. In ictol, we do the
Prof.
same. Yes.
Excuse me, Prof.
Yes, please.
It seems like the translations that you are giving are very similar to the translation for the kal.
As I told you, we will see it a little bit later. So the difference between this stance. But your question is very good. What happens in most of the cases? In most of the cases, that the verbs that occur in PL, they do not occur in kal. Only few verbs occur in both stems. You understand? Mm-hmm. And in this case, there is a slight shade of meaning, sometimes not very light change of meaning. Sometimes the meaning could be completely different. We will speak about it a little bit later. Yes, but only few verbs have the forms in both stems. So that is why, for example, the verb diber, it doesn't have kal stem. It has only PL stem. And that is why it's very difficult to speak, to say that it has some intensifying idea, because it doesn't occur in kal. So in this case, when the verb occurs only in PL, it doesn't have a kal conjugation form. So in this case, we cannot speak about the difference of meaning. So PL functions the same way as kal. Okay?
Yes.
Now, let's go to yikto.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Yikatel, he will kill. Yeah, continue, please.
Please, he will
Okay.
killed.
He will
Kill.
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 Because yiktol is basically the future form, the future meaning has. Later
Okay.
on, when you will take Hebrew readings, you will be introduced to some other functions of yiktol. But so far, we translate yiktol for our purposes just like a future tense. So yekatel, he will kill.
Yes.
Tekatel,
She will kill.
she will kill.
Yes. Tekatel is you will kill.
You masculine, okay.
Tekatli, you will kill, which is feminine.
Just
You feminine.
don't forget that
will
this
kill.
shiva is pronounced. This shiva is pronounced because.
Oh yes, tekatel. Oh yes, because the tekat forte. All right. So it's tekatel. Tekatli. That's you will kill, and then akatel is I will kill.
Very well.
Yes. Thank
So let's do the same
in the
for
plural. Yekatelu, they will kill. Tekatelna, they will kill feminine.
correct.
Tekatelu is you will kill, masculine. Tekatelna is you will kill, feminine.
Yeah. Okay.
Then nekatel is we will kill.
We will kill.
No, we.
Yes.
Correct. We will kill. Correct. Okay. Imperative.
Okay.
How we can translate imperative? Just
Cartel would kill.
Kill. Yes. Okay. So it will be in English. It will be translated kill in all the forms. So,
Yeah,
but in
okay.
Hebrew it has different meanings. Infinitive construct is also to kill. No problems with this. Let's go to the participle.
For example.
Yes, mekatel. It will be the one who is killing. Okay. Or the one, the lady who is killing. Yes. The people who are killing, and the same. But it depends on the context, because sometimes a participle can function as a verb, just to kill, depending on the context. Okay, so now let's go to Pual. So how we can translate the Pual? Remember, just Pual is a passive of Piel.
He was killed.
Putal would be?
He was killed.
He was killed, correct. Putela?
She was killed.
She was killed. Kutalta?
You was killed in
You
masculine.
were killed. Yes, you were killed.
Yeah. Okay.
And the same, only feminine, kutalt. Kutalti?
I was killed.
I was killed. So, and the same with the plural.
We were killed.
Killed. You and
Were
you
killed.
were killed. And here?
We were killed.
We were killed. So how can we translate the yiktol?
You will be killed.
In this case, he will be killed.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Third feminine?
She will be killed.
Okay. And I think the same is clear for the rest of the conjugation. You will be killed, you will be killed, I will be killed, and with the plural the same. What about imperative? Oh yeah, there is no imperative in Pual, and there is no infinitive. But what about the participle?
The one who was killed.
Yes, correct. The one who was killed, or the one who was killing.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was being killed. Oh, it's very difficult. Yes, yeah. But the participles in Pual is not very. They do not occur very often. Okay. So now let me share another. I would like to show you the vocabulary for this meeting, for our lesson. Just let me open it. And now in the vocabulary, I will show the difference between some of the stems. Okay, can you see it? And now look, diber is to speak. Yeah, it doesn't have kal as conjugation, kal stem, so it is the same meaning, just to speak. Berech is to bless. It also, the only form that occurs in kal is baruch. The one who is blessed, yes, baruch. But other forms in kal do not exist. So berech mostly occurs in Piel. Tziva, to command. Hillel, to praise. And do you see the difference? Now pay attention to the difference. I give you like just two different entries in the vocabulary because the meaning of the stem is different. For example, Hillel is to praise, but the same verb in Hithpael means to boast. So, and it is logical, do you see? Because the meaning of Hithpael is a reflexive action, so action directed upon himself. So he is praising himself. And to praise himself means just to boast, okay? Sik Finnish cover minister Shiret Kise Kala Bikesh. So this is just except Kala, all the verbs occur mostly in PL. It seems to me Kise also one or several times occurs in Kal, but just occasionally. Kilel is to curse. This form occurs in Kal as well. And by the way, the meaning kal, the binyan kal, is taken from this root because it means another meaning is to be light. So that is why kal is the simplest binyan or the lightest binyan. And it seems to me, I tell you that it is just a Hebrew idiomatic mentality. Because if something is light, it looks like it is related to curse, and if something is heavy, it is related to glory. That is why they have like two verbs. Kaved means to be heavy, and kavod means glory. So to be heavy means to have glory, and the opposite, to be light, means to be cursed. And remember, actually it is not Hebrew, it is Aramaic. In Daniel chapter 5, when the hand was writing on the wall, and the first word was tekel, tekel. This is from the same root, kalal. Tekel, you are found light, you are found not heavy. The same word that, by the way, this one doesn't occur very much in PL. It occurs in Kal mostly. Arar, to curse. So they have synonymous meaning. Geresh is to drive out. Shihet is to corrupt or to destroy. It would have these two meanings, and just context will help us to identify which meaning is in view. But pay attention to this word, lamad. When it occurs in Kal, it means to learn. But when it occurs in PL, it means to teach. So do you see the meaning is different? Maher, to hurry. Do you remember the name of one of the sons of Isaiah? Maher Shalal Hashbaz. Maher is to hurry. So this is just the way how we can memorize this root. Yasar is to discipline, to rebuke, to instruct. And Shalom, it also has two, it is attested in two binyans. In Kal, it have a meaning related to peace, or to be healthy, to be like wholesome. And in PL, it has a completely different meaning, to repay, to make amends. And hukah is just a noun, it is not a verb. So this is just, I showed to you in order to see the difference between different stems. So do you see in some stems, the meaning could be different. And we need to consult the dictionary in order to be sure what the meaning of the verb is. So do you have any questions about that? Okay, you don't have. In this case, let's try to translate some of the sentences taken from the Bible. Okay, can you see it clearly?
Yes.
Okay, let's try to translate. So all the sentences are from the Bible. If you don't know in some words, I will give you the translation. So don't worry to participate. Let us translate them together. Vaya'al Moshe el Hahar, Vayekas He'anan ed Hahar. Okay, what is the first one?
To go up.
Okay, very well. Go up. So how can
Yeah.
we translate it?
And Moses went up the mountain.
Very well. And Moses went up.
To the mountain.
Very well, to the mountain. Okay, now look at this one. Do you see Yud? Yud has Shiva. And Shiva is an indicator that it is a PL stem. Yes, and of course, this one is just a prefix and Vav. So we have two consonants, Kaf and Samech. and one more consonant is missing. So what? Pardon?
Is it a hair?
Hey, correct. Kise. Kise means to cover. But pay attention to one more thing that we need to remember, that Vaiktol, do you see Vaiktol, has Dagesh forte in this prefix, but it doesn't have Dagesh forte in Piel. It will not have Dagesh forte in Piel. Okay, so Anan is the cloud. Can you translate everything?
And Moses went up on the mountain, and the mountain was covered with a cloud.
But do you see, PL is better to translate as active tense.
And the cloud
Covered the
covered the
mountain.
mountain.
Okay, and the cloud covered the mountain. Very well, correct. So the second one. So pay attention to this verb. Do you remember the word mitzvah? What does mitzvah mean?
Commandment.
Commandments.
Yes. So this is the root tziveh. Tziveh.
Okay.
Means to command.
Yeah.
And pay attention that it has dagesh in this vav here is not a vowel. It is a consonant. Tzaveh. Tetzaveh. Double vav here. And again, we have shiva here. And shiva here will indicate that this is?
Yikto.
Yes, this is yikto.
No.
But this is what stem is this?
Piel.
Piel, correct. And actually, tziva doesn't occur in any other stem. I mean, in Kal it doesn't occur. So how can you translate it?
And you will command the son of Israel.
And you will command, correct?
The son of Israel.
Correct. And you will command to the sons of Israel. Veikhu elecha. What is the root?
Maybe lakah.
Lakach. What does lakach mean?
Take.
To take.
Take.
Who will take?
They.
And
they will take.
Elecha.
To you.
To you.
To you.
Do you know this word? Shemen?
Yes.
Oil.
Oil.
This oil.
No. This is not this. This is Zaid.
This
Zaid
oil?
is olive,
No.
Oh,
and they will take to you olive oil.
oil. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Very well.
Can we do that? Can we translate it again?
Yes, sure. Try, please.
Right.
And you will command the sons of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and they will take to you olive oil.
The olive oil. Yes.
Or
The
give
only thing
yeah, they'll take.
in English, it would be better to translate, and they will bring to you.
Okay.
Yes, because take, it doesn't sound very well in English, but
Yes.
yes, and actually in Hebrew as well, they have another, and we will speak about it next time. They have another word for bring, and it is done with the gefill stem. So we will speak about it next Monday. Okay, next one. So this one, maybe it will be difficult for you to translate because it is just taken out of the context, but it is about the garment, Aaron's garment. And do you remember, he is supposed to have some bells on the garment, on his high priest garment attire. And after that, this is the statement. Vehaya al Aharon le sharet. Okay, so Vehaya. And it will be al is upon
Aaron.
Upon Aaron. And now this word le sharet. Sharet is to minister. To minister.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yes.
it will be upon Aaron
To minister.
To minister. Ve nishma.
And we listened.
Pardon?
And we listened, we heard.
Okay, the root is correct. Shama is to hear. But what is the stem?
Yes. The stem is Piel.
Why do you think it is Piel?
Because of the prefix ni.
Okay, the prefix ni, but is it the prefix of Piel? Piel doesn't have prefixes.
It's for Nifar, I think.
Yes, correct. This is Nifal.
Yeah.
So if it is a Nifal, how shall we translate it?
And he was head.
Yes, but it's better to translate it as a future because we have a vav here.
Okay, and he will be?
He will be heard.
Head, yeah.
But who is he?
His voice.
Okay, his voice will be heard. Okay.
Mm.
And his voice will be heard. Okay, now let's start to translate this one.
Here's what.
In coming to me.
Correct, almost correct. Okay, so let's try to identify. The root is
Bo.
bo, correct. The root is bo. This is the verb.
Yes.
This is the root. So what is bait?
In.
In.
Okay. What is o?
It's he.
In.
So okay, so what is the aspect of this verb?
It is.
What it is? Yictol, katal, participle, infinitive.
Can be infinitive, I think.
Correct. This is infinitive. If a verb has prefix, it is infinitive.
Yeah.
It is infinitive construct. So how shall we translate infinitive construct? So this bait is better to translate as when. And
Oh,
this,
and when he entered.
yes, and
comes.
this will be the subject.
Okay.
And when he entered.
A voice will be heard when
He entered
he entered El
to
To the
HaKodesh,
holy place.
to the holy place, Lifnei Adonai.
Before the Lord.
Before the Lord.
Okay, and now this one.
And when.
Okay, so what is the root? Can you identify the root?
Yatsa.
Yatsa, correct. Ein, not ein, yud is, yud disappeared here, but the root is yatsa, and the meaning of the root is
To
Go
go
out.
Go
out.
out.
to go out. So this is again infinitive construct.
And when he goes out.
When
Go,
Okay, and when he goes out.
went out. Mm.
Okay,
went out.
yes. Velo yamut.
And he will not die.
And he will not die. Correct, correct, correct. So I see you need to repeat or to review the translation of the infinitive constructs. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated, but we just need practice in translating them. Okay, so may I ask somebody to put everything together?
And it will be to upon Aaron, minister, and his voice will be heard. His voice will be heard.
Correct.
When he entered to the holy place
Mhm.
before God, and
The Lord
when
before the Lord.
he went out, you will not die.
And he will not die. Correct. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this one is very simple. I think you can translate it without any problem.
Professor, please.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, the last week haven't video.
Yes, I will upload it. Sorry, I forgot about it, but I have it.
Yeah.
I will do it. I will do it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next one. ושלחתי לפניך מלאך וגירשתי את הכנעני. הכנעני.
Before you.
Okay, correct.
I think before you.
לפניך is before you.
A messenger or an angel? Messenger.
What is the first word? Shalachti.
I'll
Shall I
send.
And I will send before you
Okay, correct. And I
an
will send
angel.
before you an angel.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the root garash, gerash, correct, is to drive out.
I'll drive out.
And I will drive out the Canaanites.
Very well. So can you say everything together?
And I will send an angel before you, and I will drive out the Canaanites.
Very well. Okay, the next one. Okay, bikesh is to seek. Ohel, do you know ohel? You are supposed to know this word.
It's a tent.
Okay, ohel moed.
A tent of meeting.
Tent of
Or
meeting,
tabernacle of
correct.
meeting.
Do you know this one? Hutz?
Outside.
Yes. And mahane? Is the camp. Do you have
The
this
camp.
word?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we have. We have.
Okay.
It wasn't the same vocabulary as Ohel Moed.
Oh yeah, maybe. So now you can translate, you know all the words.
You said Bikesh is?
Bikesh is to seek.
And it will be that the Lord will seek all of you out to the mount, to the tent of meeting. Mekut.
Which is
Just forgot the word.
Outside the camp.
outside the camp. So can you repeat everything together?
And it will be that the Lord will seek.
No.
All who seek
Okay. And it will be
the
that
Lord, all who seek the Lord will go out to the tent of meeting that is outside the camp.
Okay, very well. So do you remember this is from Exodus chapter 33, when Moses set up a tent outside the camp. And it has a very, very interesting implication, because it looks like camp is polluted with the sin, and the tent of meeting is outside. And usually everything is vice versa, because the camp is a holy place, because in the midst of the camp there is a tent of meeting, and everything what is outside the camp is not clean, because people go there for their needs and some other cases. But in this case, it looks like everything is opposite. So the camp is polluted, and because of the sin of the golden calf, and what is outside is clean. Okay, and so let's continue. Shemar lecha et asher anochi metzavecha hayom. Hineni horesh mipanecha et ha'amori v'hakenaani. Okay, let's try to translate word by word. Shemar. What is Shemar?
You will guard.
Yes.
Kept to you.
But what is the aspect of Shemar? So pay attention, it has Shiva here. So
Is
Shiva is an
imperative?
indicator of what aspect?
Oh. Is it Piel?
No.
Nifa.
No.
No.
No, this is just Kal. It is not Nifal or Piel, it is just Kal. It is imperative.
Yes.
Keep to you.
So how can you
Kept
translate
to
it?
you. Kept to you that I commend you.
Correct, very well. This is, okay, so let's try to understand what binyan is this and what aspect is this. The root is
Tzva.
Tava. Okay.
Tzva. Okay.
So, yes. If you have this mem,
It is Pual. No. Pual.
it is indicator that this is a participle.
Okay.
Okay. And this is Piel. Because this is Shiva, here is Piel. Okay.
Yes.
So keep for yourself that I
Commanding you.
I am
Have
commanding
commanded.
you, correct?
Oh,
Hayom,
The day.
this day.
this day.
This day.
So remember that Hayom
Today.
is the same as today.
Today.
This day is today.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so keep that I am commanding to you today.
Mm.
Okay, now Hineni.
Behold, I.
Correct. Behold, I. Very well. So this is a hine plus pronominal suffix I, and it will be behold, I. Okay.
Goresh.
Goresh. So we already met this word here. So it means to drive out.
Oh.
Okay, but do you see what
I
is
will
the,
drive out.
I will drive out, but what is the what
It's
is
an active
the,
participle.
what?
An active participle.
Okay, which binyan?
It's ka.
Kal, correct. It's kal because the vowels o e go resh.
Mhm.
Okay, and everything else is very easy.
From before you.
From before you.
The Amorites and the
Very well,
Canaanites.
and the Canaanites. Okay. Okay, let's put everything together. May I ask somebody to read everything?
Keep for yourselves that which I command you this day. Behold, I will drive out from before you the Canaanites. The Amorites and the Canaanites.
Yes, we can translate it also. I'm driving out, like present continuous.
Oh,
It's also possible because this is participle, so it is like action which is supposed to happen in the near future.
I'm commanding you.
And yes, I am commanding to you. Yes, correct.
And God said to Moses, saying,
Okay.
Isn't it supposed to be and God and the Lord spoke to
Yeah,
Moses,
we can say like this.
saying,
We can say like this. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying.
By the bear means what?
Pardon? Why the bear? So do you see, diber is to speak.
Okay.
But this is PL, and this word occurs very, very often. It is as often as Vayomer. Vayomer or Vaidaber And in most cases, they are just synonymous. We cannot find a lot of difference between Vaidaber or Vayomer. Okay, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Tzav.
It's an imperative.
Yes, it's imperative.
Yeah.
Does it go out?
No.
The sons of Israel.
Command.
Command.
Yeah.
Tziva, yes. And this is from this root, to command.
Yeah. Command to the house of Israel.
Not the house, Bene.
Yeah. The son.
The sons of Israel.
Yeah,
Sons of
command the
Israel.
sons of Israel. So what binyan is this?
This can be
So the root is
Shalah.
Shalach.
Shalach. Pay attention to dagesh in the second radical. So if it is a dagesh, so we have three options. Piel, Pual, Hithpael. It cannot be Hithpael, so we have either
This
Pual
can be
or
Piel.
Piel. So what is this? It is Piel.
Piel.
Piel. So what is the difference? We see the same root, Shalach, occurs in Kal and in Piel. What is the difference between Kal? Kal is just to send, but in Piel, it means to send away.
Okay.
Now can, yes, and this what you don't know, Tsarua means a leper.
Leper.
Try to put everything together.
Command to
Command the son. Oh, sorry. You can go ahead, Pastor.
son of Israel to send away.
No, not to send
from,
away.
Yes, from
Who? This U. What is U?
Yeah.
It's they.
And
They send
they.
away.
They will send away.
And they will send away.
From the camp.
From the camp.
All the lepers.
All the lepers.
All lepers.
Correct.
Okay. It is the same. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, spoke to Aaron.
Yes, this is imperative. Spoke to Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron.
And all.
There is no all.
And two.
And to his sons.
Again.
And to his sons.
And to his sons. Very well.
Saying.
So the more we can just omit. Thus, correct. Okay, what is the root?
Baruch.
Okay, what does it mean?
Bless.
To bless.
To bless. Thus,
Will be blessed.
who?
They.
Thus they shall bless.
If
Thus
we
they will
had,
bless the sons. Oh, thus you will bless
thus you will bless
the sons of Israel.
the sons of Israel. Okay, this is interesting word. What is this? Amor.
Is a participle.
It's a
What is that?
it's an infinitive absolute.
Correct.
Yeah,
This is
yes.
infinitive absolute. And
Yeah.
yes, difficult to say, so because this usage of infinitive absolute is rare, like saying.
Yeah, saying to them. The Lord will bless you.
This is just sieve. And we can say, may the Lord.
May the Lord bless you and keep you.
And keep you.
And may he keep you.
Yeah, so this is the famous Aaron's or high priest blessing.
Okay.
This is the proper name, Hanoch. In English, it sounds like Enoch. Okay, let's try to translate with this word. Hithpael.
This looks like what's this last piano looked at?
Hithpael.
Yes. And Enor.
Looks like it could be.
What is the stem? Or I mean, what is the root?
Halach.
Halach, to go. So the difference between Kal and Hithpael in this case, that Hithpael with the word halach means to go back and forth. It's like just walking. Okay. Okay, so now this is not a direct object marker, but this is the preposition which means with.
And Aaron
went Hanoch. Or Enoch in other language.
In Enoch. Was walked with God.
Yes, and Enoch was walking.
He was walking with God.
With God. And now, yeah, it's maybe a little bit different for difficult for you. What is ain?
N is a negation.
Negation, correct.
Yes.
Yes.
And noon is a, do you remember, this is energetic noon. And here is him or he.
And he was not.
And he was not, or he was no more. Yes.
He was no more.
Yeah.
Because God took him.
Yes, so we can understand that this is from Enoch. Okay, this is the last sentence from our practice today. So I understood that it is a little bit difficult for you to translate. Yes.
Yes.
So you are
Yes.
struggling, and it means
Yes.
that you need more practice. You need more
Mhm.
practice.
Mm.